Let me show you a secret the mighty always knew but never told. Emotion is the leash around your neck. The more you love, the tighter the leash gets. The more you feel, the more you bleed. The world doesn't belong to the people who love too much. It belongs to the people who can walk away and not look back. Caring is currency. The person who spends less is the one in control. The person who cares less owns the space. You believe love conquers wars. No, detachment does. You believe empathy gains respect. No, fear does. You desire control. Murder the need to be understood. Incinerate the wish to be liked into the urge to respond. For the less you care, the more they will. The world is not for the loud, not for the kind, not for the love hardest. It is for the one who feels the least and sees the most. For the one who waits in silence while others shout out from desperation. For the one who understands that care is weakness, because care is control given away. Human beings are servants of their feelings, their desire to be liked, to be approved, to be accepted. These are shackles that they mirror and adorn with pride. But as soon as you disengage, really disengage, not act, not mimic, but stop giving a damn, you immediately emerge above them. You become untouchable, uncontrollable, unreadable. Control begins with mystery, and mystery is conceived in emotional distance. When you don't care as much as they do, you cause discomfort. They rush around trying to figure you out. They invest in you. They are terrified of losing you. You turn the power dynamic around. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer talk, you get heard. You no longer react, you command. Let me tell you a truth. Your contemporary world is afraid to whisper. If you wish to dominate, never allow your heart to beat quicker than your tactics. The man who cares more is a slave to the one who cares less. Why? Because emotion is leverage. It may be pulled, pushed, manipulated. The one who desires nothing cannot be bribed, cannot be guilt-tripped, cannot be manipulated. That is what I refer to as power. They'll call you cruel, do it anyway. They'll call you cold, smile. They'll say you have no empathy. Good. The lion does not pity the lamb. The storm does not apologize for drowning the weak. And power, true power, is never won by being loved. You have to get it. It's not a morality game. It's a dominance game. Detachment is not apathy. It is calculated disinterest. You still look, you still process, but you do not attach, you do not overinvest. You never put your power in another's pocket. When you don't care, you are unpredictable. When you are unpredictable, you are dangerous. And danger, my dear listener, is the most intoxicating attribute on this earth. It makes people respect you. It makes people obey you. It makes people fear losing you. Do not chase. Do not explain. Do not justify. Stand still. Let them come to you, because the one who cares less does not just survive, he dominates. And if you still have your doubts, let me remind you, kings are crowned, not for compassion, they are crowned for control, and control is given birth by indifference. Emotional detachment is not coldness, it is calculation. It is not the lack of feeling, but the mastery of it. While the masses are enslaved by their reactions, the powerful man watches, unmoved, unreadable, and untouchable. You see, when you care too much, you leak your strategy, you telegraph your weakness, you reveal what matters to you, and once that information leaves your mouth, it becomes a weapon in someone else's hand. The manipulator smiled, not because you're strong, but because you're transparent, you're predictable, and predictable men are controlled. The game of life doesn't reward emotion honesty, it rewards the art of deception. You believe they have respect for your vulnerability. No, they warehouse it. You believe they prize your openness. No, they analyze it. Every tirade, every admission, every time you beg is a window not into your psyche, but into the way to shatter you. The less caring one dictates the tempo of the encounter. They determine when to turn up, when to turn off, and when to burn, because nothing can be turned against a man who is unreadable. You have to learn to answer, not to react. The crowd reacts to words, to insults, to applause, to silence, but to react is to be a slave. The strong man calculates. He notices the insult, but does not stir. He hears the lie, but does not set things straight. He senses the turmoil around him, but keeps quiet. This quiet intimidates individuals. It produces psychological distance, and that distance equals power. It makes other people move towards you while you stay in control. In politics, business, or romance, the same principle holds true. The less you care, the more power you have. When they cry, and you keep your cool, they go out of their minds. When they get angry, and you just look at them in silence, they do the breaking. When they ignore you and you don't pursue, they wonder how valuable they are. With each interaction, your power to stay unruffled is your strength. You are not callous. You are discerning about what gets into your heart. Most are too desperate to bond, to attach, to justify themselves. The man of power holds back. He listens more than he talks. He lets awkwardness serve him. Silence is a weapon. Indifference is a fortress. Detachment is a game plan. These are not characteristics of an inferior man. These are weapons of rulers, conquerors, and kings. Individuals pursue what is unavailable to them. They admire what does not beg, and they obey what cannot be anticipated. When you become emotionally frugal, when you no longer give your responses for free, you become mysterious, and the mysterious man is dangerous, because nobody knows where to direct. Observe around you. The most honored men are not boisterous. They are quiet. They speak less. They smile less. They care less. And that very lack of emotional need makes them into centers of gravity. Others orbit around them. The weak orbit the strong, in search of validation. But the man who masters detachment never orbits. He attracts people to his world and is unaffected by their worlds. The world will attempt to shame you for this. They'll say you're cold, distant, emotionless. Let them. Their words are evidence that you're getting strong, because the weak man's emotions are his leash, but yours are your swords, unsheathed only when you need them to be, and never wasted. In a world clamoring for attention, he who denies it commands it. They will label it apathy, coldness, indifference, but what they do not understand is that detachment is the seat of power. The man who becomes skilled at caring less is not unfeeling. He is intent, calculated, resistant to the madness of the emotional puppet masters. Let them feel. Let them bleed. You rather must observe. Observe how effortlessly individuals are manipulated when their hearts dominate their minds. Do you wish to observe who is in charge in every room? It is not the loudest, not the neediest, not that which requires validation, praise, or comfort. It is the one that does not wince when others are panicking, who does not pursue when others retreat, who remains steadfast while others beg. That man is untouchable. That man leads, and to lead you must first learn to silence the need to be accepted. You see, when you care too much, you expose your weaknesses, you place your peace in the hands of others, and once they sense it, once they know they can make you react, they own you. Like a puppet dangling from their fingers, you dance to their tune. But the man who does not respond, the man who walks away instead of fight, he rewrites the script. He becomes the storm no one sees coming. Most men fail not because they lack strength, but because they seek affection. They want to be liked, understood, forgiven. Fools. These are luxuries, not necessities. Power is not earned through kindness. To care less is not to leave humanity. It is to master your own. Imagine two warriors engaged in combat. One is fighting for honor, the other for survival. Who do you suppose is more dangerous? The man who fights to be admired dies first. The man who fights with nothing to prove, no need for approval, lives to tell the tale. Your life should be such a battlefield. You have to play the game with the indifference that applause is not important, that triumph is real only when achieved in isolation. Detachment is not absence of feeling, it is presence of discipline. Control of emotions is not weakness, it is armament. You can feel, you can care, but never should your foe see it. Your woman will leave, your friend will betray you, your enemies will conspire against you. You will not blink, you will not cry, you will just nod and go. The frigid quiet you possess will strike fear in them greater than 1,000 screams. There is something eerie about a man who doesn't respond. In a drama-addicted world, addicted to approval, addicted to sound, he is the mystery, the spectre in the room. They need to get a rise out of you to establish that they are important. Deny them that right. When they insult you, smile. When they threaten you, blink. When they beg for a reply, deny them that as well. This is how the genuinely powerful communicate with silence. It is easy to be feared. It is lovely to be loved, but to be respected without raising your voice ever, that is art. And it is the art of detachment. Those who are afraid of losing you will hold on tighter. Those who realize you cannot be swayed will fall into line. The man who is able to walk away from anything, wealth, love, reputation, becomes the man everyone pursues because his strength is not in his grasp, it is in his mind. I tell you, stop being concerned with who approves of you. Begin being concerned about who will miss your existence. Stop pursuing apologies, closure, and comprehension. Begin practicing your apathy, your cool under assault, your quiet during betrayal. That is power, that is control. And on this world, the one who controls more prevails. The one who cares less rules. Let us now come to your biggest challenge: relationships, romantic, familial, social. It is here that the most powerful men are brought down, not on the field of battle, but in bed, not by steel, but by gentle words and visions of love. You believe that love is a thing of pureness. Think again, love is war dressed in perfume, and the one who cares less for love wins every time. They will instruct you on how to give your heart, to be exposed, to talk. These are not tactics, they are snares, because in every relationship someone holds the leash, and it's never the one who exposes themselves first. The one who waits, who watches, who does not reveal until needed, he is the one who sets the rhythm. You are that man. You need to become adept at emotional distance, even as your body is near. You can't be controlled if you don't require them. That is the golden rule. Weakness is bred by dependency. It's love, validation, or attention. Once you require it, you've lost the war. This is how they manipulate you, with words that are sweet, fleeting affection, offers of forever, and when you think them, you belong to them. But the man who cares less, who understands that love is a weapon, he remains in power, he walks if necessary, and when he walks away, they shatter. Your strength lies in your ability to say no, not just to your enemies, but to the people you care about. They will test you. They will ask for sacrifices, compromises, little pieces of your soul in exchange for peace. Decline with elegance, with calm, but decline. You didn't come here to please somebody else's convenience. You came to govern your own reality. And if that makes you cold, fine. Ice is more durable than fire. Take the serpent. It does not roar. It does not pursue. It waits. It strikes only when it has to. You have to be like the serpent in your own life. Silent, calculating, impenetrable. Do not explain. Do not apologize for your absence, your silence, your drive. So stay a secret, even from those around you, and when you are betrayed, because you will be don't react, they will be expecting fury, expecting you to plead, to struggle, to spiral out of control. Don't give it to them. Say nothing. Leave. That silence will torment them longer than your wrath ever could. Because power is not revenge. It's indifference. Revenge is an emotional response. Indifference is divine retribution. When others are driven by their hearts, you must be guided by your mind. That is how you stay 10 steps ahead. Emotions make people impulsive, desperate, predictable. But you will not chase closure. You will not seek validation. You will not explain your value. You will simply exist, unbothered, unattached, and untouchable. This is not cruelty. It is survival. You need to desist from idealizing connection. Connection is a tool. Utilize it. Don't idolize it. Be able to love, yes, but only from a position of strength. Offer affection, not your essence. Be compassionate, but never accessible. Listen, but never open. Because once they believe they can get into your soul, they will mold it in their interests. You need to become a fortress, impenetrable on the outside, hollow inside, strong, detached. Your value is not in pleasing others. It's in not allowing them to control you. And when others see that they can't shape you, that you're immovable, they will do one of two things. They will fear you, or they will worship you. Both are fine things. So make this your motto. Never let love weaken you. Never let friendships blunt your edge. Never let another's tears divert you from your course. You are not a therapist. You are not a savior. You are a strategist. And in the big game of power, those who stay emotionally neutral overpower those who are consumed by emotion. Remember, the less caring man is never lost, since he is not attached, and the one who cannot be possessed cannot be broken. Do you get it now, why the less careful one comes out on top? Because he doesn't allow his inner world to be controlled by what happens outside. The storm might howl around him, but within, he remains calm, quiet, focused, unfazed. That's why people are afraid of him. He can't be swayed. Look closely at the people who command respect. They are not the ones chasing connection. They are the ones too rare to be reached, too disciplined to be dragged into emotional games. They are not mirrors. They are walls. You don't look into them. You crash into them. And here is the ugly irony. The more you don't care, the more people will care. They're drawn to your silence. They pursue your attention. They become obsessed with your indifference. Why? Because the majority of people are hooked on being needed. They need the feeling of being important. And if you deprive them of that illusion, they implode. They try harder. They give more. But you don't move. You let them run themselves ragged around you, while you stay at the center, strong and unencumbered. Freedom is the greatest expression of power, and in order to get it, you need to be emotionally independent. No one must be able to push your buttons, lure you or control you. Your aloofness is your shield, your capacity to leave is your sword, and your silence is your crown. Stop apologizing. Stop pleading to be understood. Stop defending your ambition, your distance, your discipline. Boast will not get you, because they are not supposed to. Let them gossip. Let them gossip. Let them misunderstand. Ask yourself this question. You weren't born to be liked. You were born to be respected. Control is not about them. It's about you. Can you defer gratification? Can you tell them no when everybody tells you yes? Can you select power over pleasure, order over chaos, your future instead of their opinions? If you can, you don't merely win, you dominate. Detachment is not emptiness. It's wisdom. It's knowing that nothing lasts, neither their hate nor their love. You don't ride their roller coasters of emotion. You create your own kingdom on firm ground. Let others respond. You react. Let others pursue. You decide. Let others plead. You move. Be the one who doesn't care. Not because you are angry, but because you are concentrated, because you have witnessed what happens when you care too much. It makes you weak. It blinds you. It enslaves. And you were never meant to be anyone's slave, not even your own feelings. So transcend, disconnect, watch, master. This is the Machiavellian path. Cruel, calculated, absolute. Now, just in case this message incinerated your illusions and ignited something cold and cutting within you, subscribe if you're prepared to cease being manipulated, dominated, and pulled around like a puppet by individuals who can't even see their own agendas. As an example, like the video, pass it on to someone who still thinks caring too much is a strength, because power does not beg, power does not pursue, power observes, power elects, and power always cares less.